We live in a day and age when it's becoming more and more difficult to find a trusted news source. I realize that many of our subscribers have no idea what our process is like, how much research goes into every video, where you can find our sources and if there are any sources, etc. So I thought a great idea for a video would be to tell you guys a little about that. So can you trust InformOverload videos? Well, I'm going to tell you in just a second, but first, the intro. Welcome back to InformOverload. I'm Charlotte Dobre. Hit that subscribe for daily news updates that are actually interesting. And if you want to connect with the creative team at IO, our social media handles are posted in the description. So before I get into this video, tell me in those comments, what is your favorite story we have covered on IO? So I saw a video recently on a channel I absolutely love, Crosscheck. They did a video called Can You Trust Crosscheck's Videos? And I thought it would be a great idea to tell you guys a bit about our process and the work that goes into every video that you see on IO. Alright guys, starting things off, I'm going to tell you about how I find my stories. I pick all the stories for IO with the exception of a few ideas that I get from our company's creative director, Liam. So pretty much everything that you see on IO, at least in the last year or two, is a story that I have personally chosen. Haley, our set manager, used to pick the stories with me, but she's no longer with the company, so from now on, unless I leave, you can trust that all the videos are my ideas. I also get some of my ideas from you guys. I do look at your story suggestions when you send them to me on Instagram. So basically, I get to work on any given day and I spend about half an hour looking at various websites and all of the news stories that are trending that day. There are a lot of topics that I wish I could cover, but many of them are too controversial for YouTube. So I stick to stories that I know will get monetized unless the story is extremely important and it will bring in subscribers. Then it's worth it for us. I also like to keep things light and informative, so I stay away from politics wherever possible. There's just too many conflicting sources and biases out there, and it's difficult to make everybody happy even when I'm just relaying facts. I also like to think of IO as a source where people can just forget about all that and just learn something interesting and have a laugh. So just so you know, it is really difficult for me to find ideas for stories sometimes. Sure, some days there's a lot of news to cover, but we have to do at least 3 uploads a day regardless of whether or not there are good stories that YouTube will monetize. Sometimes there's just no news, and there's not a whole lot we can do about that. All our videos have to be backed up by good sources, and if there are no good sources, well, we're out of luck. So before I start writing, I run my story choices by the creative director, and then once I get the go-ahead, I start researching. For my research, I only use trusted sources. I stay away from tabloids like the Daily Star and the Daily Express as much as I can. Websites like IFL Science, Live Science, Mashable, Time Magazine, Insider, The Independent, The Verge, and Polygon are some of my favorites. You should also know that every single story that you see on IO is backed up by multiple sources. So even if a story is from a less trusted source, I make sure that there is more than one outlet covering it. I don't even touch a story that doesn't have at least 3 or 4 sources. Number 1, because I need to fill up a 5-minute video and I can't do that without enough information. Number 2, because the story is more likely to be legitimate. And number 3, I can cross-check facts that way. If you're curious about where we got the story for a particular video, our sources are always posted in the description of that video. With the exception of this video, because I'm the source. I will reiterate that IO is about making news more entertaining. It's right there in the banner of the channel. We take news that's already in existence and we make it more enjoyable and provide all the information that's available on that topic based on the sources I found. Then it takes me about an hour and 15 minutes to research and write a story. Again, it takes me that long to research, fact check, write, and add in some jokes. Once I'm satisfied with the story, we get to filming. We put the story up on a teleprompter and I read it out. I put spaces between the facts so I can improvise and crack a joke every now and again. Then I take the SD card down to our editing department and the editors get to work. Tessa is usually our editor for IO, but occasionally it's Dylan or Cassie. Occasionally I will make the thumbnails. I'm also a photographer on the side, so I'm pretty good at Photoshop, but lately our creative director has been making them as well as doing the tags for the video. So, of course, we don't always get it right. IO is different from a written news publication because if we get a fact wrong, we have to make an entire update video. That costs money. Normally publications just edit their news stories and post an update with any corrections. It takes 5 minutes and costs nothing, but we don't have that luxury. So with that being said, I do get it wrong sometimes. I'm human, we are all human, and occasionally there are instances where I get facts incorrect. Maybe all the facts weren't available at that time, and the news story got more in depth as time went on as more information became available. Maybe I straight up messed up and either read the teleprompter wrong, I wrote down the fact wrong, or the source was incorrect in the first place. We don't get it wrong a lot. For us to put out incorrect info, it would mean that I got it wrong, our set manager didn't pick up on the incorrect info when we were filming, and then the incorrect info also got past our editor without them realizing. Yes, the editor fact checks too. When this happens, we make an update video where we apologize, or we write an update in the comment section of the incorrect video with an update on the facts. Another thing that I do if there are conflicting facts and opinions about a topic is I will reach out to a source directly for an interview. So, can you trust InformOverload videos? Heck yeah, you can! If you guys have any suggestions for this channel, please let us know. We always want to improve to make this channel as great as possible. For now, I'm gonna wrap up this video with some comment features. TJ Harper said, I've been subscribed so long I don't even know the first video that I watched. But what I do know is, Charlotte is my favorite news reader ever. Lots of love from England. Lots of love for you too, TJ. Bea Riley said, where is the beanie? I can't wear it every day, Leia! That would be greasy. Funky Goose World said, thank you IO for entertaining me. IO is the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always stay around. Aw, you're so sweet. I also really like your screen name. Funky Goose World? That's awesome. XFA said, you do the news? Ew. Get your mind out of the gutter. Jeez. Ashio Singh said, been watching you for a few months now and I'm ready to get potato cyst. I'm not sure if that's a word, but I'm ready for you to get potato cyst too. This is the end screen, it means the video is over. To keep watching IO, check out this playlist. And obviously, if you enjoyed this video, you should leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next IO video.